Journalist after journalist now has asked you about the £5 million you got from a crypto billionaire in Thailand. But what I want to know is, are voters asking you about it?
No, no one.
Really?
No one.
No one wants to know about it?
No one. I mean, they see this as media stories. By the way, if I've done something wrong, then they want to know about it. But I'm absolutely confident I haven't.
That was Nigel Farage on the campaign trail in Makerfield this week, asked by a journalist about the £5 million he was given by crypto billionaire and didn't declare it to Parliament. And apparently, nobody wants to know. It's funny you should say that, because Reform have spent the last 72 hours trying to defend it on TV, and it's, well, not gone very well. Twice, on 2 different shows, with 2 different spokesmen. So, here's how it happened. Now, you know the broad shape of this story already. Christopher Harborne, the Thailand-based crypto billionaire, biggest single Reform donor in history, gave Farage $5 million in April of 2024. Farage didn't declare it, and the Parliamentary Standards Commission is investigating. We've covered all that on this channel before. What's new is the defence, well, it's just falling apart in public again. It's a wonder how this man lies straight in bed every night. Yeah. Anyway, the BBC have now confirmed the dates to the day. Harborne paid the $5 million on April the 5th, 2024. Farage completed a £1.42 million cash purchase of a house in Surrey on the 10th of May, 36 days apart. That's the land registry documents show. Reform's official line is that the $5 million had nothing to do with the house. Farage went on I'm a Celebrity in 2023 and was paid about $1.5 million for it. So you'd think it kind of adds up, right? That's what bought the house, they say, not the gift from the crypto billionaire. So the Financial Times pulled the company accounts. The fee went into Farage's personal company, Thorn on the Side Limited, and in May of 2023, the company had $291,000 in the bank. By May of 2024, after the house had been bought, it had $1.7 million. By May of 2025, $2 million. The money's never gone anywhere. Tax expert reviewed the accounts for the Financial Times, and their assessment is, and I quote, "The company's accounts are not consistent with their statement." That's their position. Reform's defence has been demolished on a balance sheet by the Financial Times, and the Standard Commissioner is investigating in parallel. So, Newsnight asked Reform for an interview. They wanted Farage. They would have taken Tice or Anderson, even poaching, if they're that desperate. Any of the defectors at all, as well. There's Jenrick, Kruger, Rosendale, Braverman. Reform have 8 MPs in the Common, and Newsnight asked them 10 times across 2 weeks.
We asked for an interview with Nigel Farage tonight, and we got a thumbs down emoji from his team. Over the last couple of weeks, we've asked for an interview with Nigel Farage or anyone from Reform's front bench 10 times. Sir Jake Berry, does the explanation add up for you?
A thumb down emoji from the office of a sitting member of Parliament to one of the BBC's flagship politics programme. Then eventually Reform put up Sir Jake Berry instead. Now, Berry isn't an MP. He was a Conservative MP, lost his seat to Labour in 2024, defected to Reform last summer, and currently works as the Chief Operating Officer at a public affairs firm. So, lobbying, basically. Newsnight asked him about the Financial Times analysis.
Interview with Harry Cole, and he said that he received money from I'm a Celebrity, which is actually part of a wider business career, including
so the explanation adds up for you.
Let me finish. So, including representing companies that sell things like gold, including doing appearances in celebrity things. He got that money. He used it to buy his house. To be talking about this, I think, is just the media, the mainstream media, desperate to keep this story going against Nigel Farage.
So it's not legitimate.
We've had an election.
Hang on.
The public have had to say Nigel won't.
So it's not legitimate for me to be asking questions of Reform about this. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
But
Okay. So just so I'm clear.
Stretching the point.
Okay.
I think it's stretching credulity to the point of emaciation when we have these very serious stories about youth unemployment over 16%, and the BBC thinks this is the main issue. I'm just saying.
It's one of many issues. We're capable of juggling a lot of stories, if I may.
There was all sorts of income going into that company. I think it's very hard. Maybe the FT has more insight than I do. I do know my way around a balance sheet.
Now, he says he knows his way around a balance sheet, says it is the same breath as conceding that the Financial Times may have more insight than he does. That is Reform spokesman on the BBC, ceding the financial argument to the journalists who actually read the accounts. So that was a couple of days ago. And then yesterday on ITV's Peston show, which is the same week, obviously, the same defence to mount. At least this time, it was an actual Reform MP.
Your press office said that Nigel Farage's 1.4 million house was paid for by the I'm a Celebrity fee. And, you know, it was 1.5 million after tax. That is £575,000 short of the 1.4 million cost. So it's obviously not true that it paid for the house.
As far as I'm concerned, the £5 million has been provided for Nigel's safety and security for his lifetime. That is beginning and end of story.
The fee after tax came well short of the price of the house. The FT analysis showed the money never left the company anyway. Two separate mainstream press demolitions of the same reform statement in 2 days on two different channels. Watch Tice's response.
How Nigel pays for his individual homes, frankly, is none of, Robert, it's none of our business.
It's none of Reform's business how Farage paid for the house. That's the Deputy Leader of Reform UK Limited saying it, but he gets pushed back.
But except your press office put out statements about this.
It's none of our business.
Anyway, look.
It is. He said it twice. The Reform Deputy Leader just contradicted his own party press office on national TV. Reform had been saying for 2 weeks that the fee paid for the house. Tice has just told the country it's none of their business how Farage paid for the house, which is, by any normal definition, a different position. This is the strategy now. Don't put Farage on, send somebody else, let them deflect, and when the deflection doesn't work, walk away from the official explanation entirely. If you've been following this and you want to stay on it, then do hit the subscribe button. Maybe join the memberships as well and support the channel if you can. Shami Chakrabarti, I'm so sorry if I've just butchered your name, but she was on the same Newsnight panel as Berry and watched all of this, and she offered the cleanest summary anyone has ever given.
Well, I think they should care. And they increasingly, in the light of these revelations, will care. Jake is an excellent defence lawyer and the best that Reform could put up tonight, and all credit to you, because everyone's entitled to a defence. This is all too dodgy, this is all too vague. Nigel Farage should publish with complete transparency where his money came from.
So that's where Reform are this week. They have a story about £5 million they can't explain. They have 8 MPs in the Commons. They sent none of them out on the BBC and their deputy leader onto ITV and watched him contradict his own press office on camera. Berry couldn't pin down the balance sheet. Tice told the country it was none of his business how Farage paid for the house. And when the journalist actually got Farage himself on the doorstep in Makerfield, the answer was, well, nobody wants to know. But I honestly don't understand all the lies. Unless he's looking for an excuse to get time off. Because all that's going to happen is the Standards Commission is going to find that he breached the rules and they're going to suspend him from Parliament, the place that he can't be bothered to turn up anyway.